Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Lintang Cantika dari kelas 9J. Di sini saya akan membacakan cerita naratif yang berjudul Sang Kuryang. The Legend of Sang Kuryang. In ancient times, there is a prince in West Java named Dayang Sumi. She had a son named Sang Kuryang. Sang Kuryang was a boy who liked to hunt, and when hunting, he was always accompanied by his dog named Tumang. Despite a dog, Tumang actually an incarnation of the good and the father of Sang Kuryang. One day, he got mad at Tumang for not pursuing the animals. Because of so angry, he then expected Tumang to the dog went into the woods. He then returned to the place and told the incident to her mother. Dayang Sumi was so angry and hit his head. Sang Kuryang then disappointed and he decided to wander. After hitting Sang Kuryang, Dayang Sumi felt so angry and she always prayed and meditated to get forgiveness from God. One day, God gave a gift because she was so diligent in praying. The priest is a timeless beauty that would make Dayang Sumi becoming young forever. After wandering for a dozen years, Sang Kuryang returned home. When he reached the kingdom, all had changed. He did not know what was happening. One day, he met a girl who was so beautiful. The girl was actually Dayang Sumi, his own mother. Sang Kuryang fell in love with the girl and then proposed her because of the handsome that was owned by Sang Kuryang. Then Dayang Sumi also fell in love. One day, Sang Kuryang went to hunt and asked Dayang Sumi to fix the husband. However, Dayang Sumi surprised that her future husband had a head injury. Dayang Sumi then realized that was the same injury as her son who wandered away. She then noticed Sang Kuryang's face, and she was more surprised to realize that her husband was Sang Kuryang, her own son. After this happened, she immediately looked for ways to thwart the plan of making a proposal. She then proposed the requirements to Sang Kuryang. First, Sang Kuryang should swim the Citarum River. Second, she asked Sang Kuryang to make a big cone to cross the river. Both of those conditions should be finished before sunrise. At night, Sang Kuryang asked for help to spread creatures to complete the work. Dayang Sumi secretly picked at the job. When the work was almost complete, Dayang Sumi ordered his forces to have a very long red carpet to the edge of the city. The carpet made the light become red, and Sang Kuryang saw that the sun had risen. He stopped his work and was very upset because all could not meet the requirements posed by Dayang Sumi. Using his strength, Sang Kuryang broke the dam and city became flooding. His big canoe then crashed upside down and sank into a mountain named Tangkuban Perahu. Sekian dan terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Nessya Salsabila from Junior High School Cangkuang. Today I'd like to tell you a story called The Legend of Maling Kundang. It's a story from West Sumatra. Let's begin the story. A long time ago, in a small village near the beach in West Sumatra, lived a woman and her son Maling Kundang. Maling Kundang and his mother had to live hard because his father had passed away when he was a baby. Maling Kundang was a healthy, diligent, and strong boy. He usually went to sea to catch fish. After getting fish, he would bring it to his mother or sell the caught fish in the town. One day, when Maling Kundang was sailing, he saw a merchant ship being raided by a band of pirates. With his bravery, Maling Kundang helped the merchants defeat the pirates. To thank him, the merchants allowed Maling Kundang to sail with him. Maling Kundang agreed in the hope to get a better life. He left his mother alone. Many years later, Maling Kundang became wealthy. He died. He had a hook ship and a lot of crew who worked loading, trading goods. He was also married to a beautiful woman. When he was sailing on his trading journey, his ship landed off a coast near a small village. The local people recognized that it was Maling Kundang, a boy from the area. The news ran fast in the town. Maling Kundang has become rich and now he is here. An old woman, who was Maling Kundang's mother, ran to the beach to meet the new rich merchant. She wanted to hug him to release her sadness of being lonely after a long time. When his mother came near him, Maling Kundang was with his beautiful wife and his ship crew denied that she was his mother. She had pleaded Maling Kundang to look at her and admit that she was her mother, but he kept refusing to do it and yelling at her. At last, Maling Kundang said to her, "Now, old woman, I have never had a mother like you, a dirty and ugly woman." After that, he ordered his crew to set sail to leave. The old woman was then full of sadness and anger. Finally, feeling enraged, she cursed Maling Kundang that he would turn into a stone if he did apologize to her. Maling Kundang just laughed and set sail. Suddenly, a thunderstorm came in the quiet sea, wrecking his hug ship. He was thrown out to a small island. It was really too late for him to avoid his course. He had turned into a stone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.